Well, we have a hole in the side of our trailer. Today, I think, is the day.
Look at that. The sun's in my face. Do you believe it?
It's actually not raining for more than, I don't know, 2 days in a row, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, a month in a row. So today I think we're going to try to tackle the windows at least. Maybe the air conditioner, but for now we'll focus on getting the windows in.
I'm excited.
I know. I'm excited and don't want to mess it up.
Yeah. We'll see.
This is going to be a big hole in the side of the trailer on both sides. So we'll do one window at a time. That way, if something happens, we can learn from our mistakes.
Here we go.
To the wall, shark coat and everything. I'm gonna measure off of the interior frame.
All right, so we got these windows off of, I think Amazon's where we ordered these from. It was some RV shop on Amazon. But a lot of times your local RV store probably has stuff in stock. But with ours, we needed a very specific size. So we got 22, well, actually, we're putting it on this way. So it's 22 wide by 15 high, roughly. I mean, they're not exact. This isn't an exact measurement. So what I'm going to do is actually, before I go any further, give a shout out to Joel Tremblay, I think is his name. He's on YouTube. He built the Chuck Box trailer. It's basically almost the same size as ours. And the guy has some incredible videos. A lot of how-to videos that actually I've used in our build. So check him out on YouTube, Joel Tremblay, the Chuck Box, and I'll get that right. We'll put a link in the description below to you, buddy. But anyway, he's the one that kind of had a really good video on how to do a window here. So what we're gonna do, as you can see, there's like two parts to this trim here. You got this flange that will actually sit on the inside wall. And then you got this interior here that has to go through the wall, if that makes sense. And then what'll happen is the outside window will butt up to this. You'll screw this in and it'll sandwich the windows together. I don't have the other part of the window in front of me, but we have a little over an inch depth in our walls. So, and I think I got windows that were down to an inch. So we should be fine. If not, we might have to frame it out a little bit, which is not that going to be a big a deal. So we're going to trace out a template to put onto our wall so we can see where the window is going to go exactly. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this interior outer trim here and we're going to put a mark around that and cut it out on the cardboard. So let's do it. Okay, so I did cut it out and it looks like it fits pretty good. I did err on the smaller side. I know it's not going to be too easy to cut that once we have the big hole in it, but I'd rather there be a little bit tighter fit to start than obviously have the hole too big and then you have to try to patch a hole. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some masking tape around the edges of this because it is cardboard, just to kind of help stiffen it up a little bit so when we're moving it around, we're not bending it or disforming it at all. So that's what we're going to do now.
Ooh, looks good. I think it looks like a horse trailer now.
It does. All right, I have masking tape. I have the template traced out where the window's gonna go. I got a drill bit. Let's put a hole through the side of the trailer. Point of no return. All right, well, we got our two holes for the saw to go through. The trick here is going to be let the saw do the work. Don't try to push the saw along, because if you push, you could end up going the wrong way, or it could catch and do something. So almost in a way, kind of hold the saw back, but let it walk forward. So here goes nothing. Well, we have a hole in the side of our trailer. We are at the point of absolutely no return now. Well, we got the window cut out, and Kinsley's taking just a file across the metal all around the window to take any of the burrs from the saw blade. That way the burrs don't get in and distort or cut up any of the window seals or any of the waterproofing that we're gonna have inside the window. Go like super pretty, like don't you, it's okay if, yeah, that's looking really good. Just go up around the whole thing a little bit. Right there. Had a short lunch break, got some coffee so I can keep going, well, so we can keep going. We got the windows in, they went in pretty good. Really no, a minor hiccup on the one side, but we were able to cover it up with sealant and it's fine. So I think since we are cutting holes in the trailer today, this afternoon, we're gonna tackle the air conditioner. This is gonna be fun. It's probably weighs about 100 some pounds, a little over 100 pounds, so it's gonna be fun getting it up there. But we gotta cut a hole in the ceiling now. So this is the big hole. Having a template for the windows really helped us get them lined up on the trailer and to see where we had to go. So I think I'm gonna do for the air conditioner is make another template up. This opening needs to be 14 3/8 by 14 3/8. They say you can plus or minus a 1/4 inch, so I'm gonna err on the smaller side. It's always easier to cut the hole bigger than it is to make it smaller. So just gonna make a quick template up here, and then we're gonna go in the trailer and start laying out where the air conditioner is gonna go. So it took a little longer than I was planning on it, but we finally got the air conditioner laid out on the roof or on the ceiling. We did have to frame it out more than what we had originally, which we knew we were going to have to do, so we did that. We ran the wires through the studs here. We got some insulation in here, some of the just to kind of fill in the voids that was left behind at this point anyway. The only thing left to do is cut a hole in the roof and put the top unit on. Hopefully we can get the air conditioner pretty much up and running tonight. We'll try to do a test run with our generator at some point, because I'm not wired into my house for 30 amp to run the air conditioner. I'll trip a breaker. So yeah, that's the next step. Now we got to cut through a hole in the roof, but we've already done 2 in the side. So what's one more hole in the camper? No, the drill has a trigger, Kinsley.
I know. I was coming to this side so I could see better.
She was just gonna run around in a circle.
We want to get a good angle for you guys as we do this up here, just because there's not a whole lot of videos out there of people putting air conditioners on trailers like this. There's a ton of videos that people have out of replacing their air conditioners, taking the old ones off and putting a new one in with already a hole pre-drilled or pre-cut out from the factory. So we wanted to really do a good video showing the whole process. You'll see inside I drilled up in the 4 corners of the cutout for the 14-inch hole, or the 14 3/8 inch hole. And then what I did is I came up on the roof, took a T-square and lined up all 4 holes, squared up the hole to make the cut. So the next step will be to take the jigsaw. We're going to cut this out. Now notice I did mark these wires here. That way when I'm up here, I'm going to have somebody down inside obviously watching, but when I'm up here, it's just a good visual. I know I'm getting close to wire, so I'm just going to stop cutting there. And then we're just going to go through there real easy with probably a rotary tool, or maybe even just a right angle grinder to finish cutting down through the real thin. I mean, this stuff is, I don't even know, it's like a 1/16 of an inch. It's not solid at all, which is another reason why I really had to beef up the inside with framing, so the air conditioner has something to sit on. Now, the air conditioner will span both of the metal studs, or the metal beams that go across the roof here, which is, we planned it that way so we knew we'd have at least something solid that's sitting on. And then with the framing inside, and then the framing, or the metal bracket that goes on the inside of the air conditioner, everything should hopefully, at least that's the plan, be good to go. One thing we will do once we cut this out and get it deburred and all that, we'll take some cleaner, some kind of bleach, or either like isopropyl alcohol, really works really well too, to clean off this whole area up in here where the air conditioner will sit. That way when the seal goes down, there's not dirt, debris, or any kind of grease that is would cause that seal, or the gasket on the air conditioner to fail. Well, yeah, it's a long process. It's getting kind of late in the day, but I think we're going to have the air conditioner at least on the roof tonight. Probably, hopefully the goal is to get it running tonight. We're going to hook it up to our generator temporarily just to see if we can get it running. So let's keep watching. Well, we now have a skylight in the camper. Well, it didn't go too bad. I mean, a little nerve-wracking cutting a big hole like that in your camper, but it worked. So, got a hole. Oh my. All right, the air conditioner is on the roof. Once you get it over the hole, the best thing to do is to come down inside, at least that's what I've seen, or read, and position the holes that your bolts are going to go into to squeeze the air conditioner down, you're supposed to line it up from inside here. So I did that. I did go outside and look, and it looks like it's centered on the top of the trailer. Might not be perfect, but it looks close. The next step is to put this metal pan in, and this pan is the basically the bracket that sandwiches the air conditioner to the trailer. So the air conditioner itself is actually nothing is actually attached to the trailer itself or the ceiling or anything. It's just like the windows. Everything's kind of just squish fit, for lack of a better term. So we have a baffle here that goes in. It's going to go end up in here. Basically, it keeps the cold air that's going to be shooting out of here. It's going to keep the cold air, or actually coming out from this hole, excuse me, keep the cold air from blowing back up into the air conditioner. It's going to direct the cool where it needs to be. We do have to cut this because our ceiling is actually just over 2 inches in depth. So we actually have to cut all this off to where we just have that much left. And then this is obviously, it has on here front towards air conditioner, or this side towards front of air conditioner. So that's the next step. I'm going to route all these wires. I couldn't really find a good idea of where these wires are supposed to go, but the control panel, I believe, mounts somewhere in this area. So if it's up there like this, the control panel actually mounts here. So what we'll do is I'll just figure out the best way to route these cables without obviously getting them cut on anything here, because I got my thermostat cable coming from this way. Hindsight, I probably should have ran the thermostat cable up and tried to make it come in where the power is coming in, but I mean, we're too far past that point. So yeah, we'll just route this around the edge out here and route it down through the hole and go from there. These are coming down from the air conditioner, which is the reason why I figured this is where all the wires are kind of going to come to, because that's where the wires from the air conditioner themselves are coming out of. Everything's coming in here. So basically it's going to look like this when the panel's mounted, and then the faceplate will mount to that. So I'll get this, and then we'll see where we're at from there. All right, well, we got that in. It's a little tricky in here because I'm tall and I can't stand up straight. So I end up working either sitting down and trying to reach over my head, or hunched over and trying to reach over my head. But we got the bracket in. Everything's just snug for right now. I don't have it tight yet until I know everything looks good inside, and even outside. But the next step is to put the control panel in. And I'm not really getting specific on our air conditioner as far as like the wiring goes. What I've seen, they're pretty much all kind of the same, but like for instance, ours is a GE, so GE won't be the same as a Dometic, and you can't use a GE outside with a Dometic inside. I mean, you probably could wire it up, but anyway, like this GE comes with a plug and play. Basically inside of this control panel is a spot where you just snap it right in and it's good to go. Then you have to hook up obviously your power and your thermostat and all that stuff. So you're inside this control box, all the wiring, there's a wiring diagram in here that kind of explains what wires go where and what's what. I would assume, but again, I don't know, that depending on what brand of air conditioner you go with, they would have their own wiring diagram. So we've got, basically, this is a simple setup. We have a thermostat wire and we have our power. That's pretty much all this is gonna entitle, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, this will mount, I believe somewhere like this. I think it mounts like this if I'm not mistaken. Looks like there's a couple screws in there that it goes basically right up in that little area. So we're gonna get that put in, and yeah, we'll go from there. got late the other night, so we actually never quite finished our last vlog up, I guess. Things just got real late, and then we just decided to go ahead and call it quits for the night. One thing we did realize is that, and it's just overlook on my part, is that RV air conditioners require a 12-volt source to power the thermostat like we have. So we're going to try to figure that out tonight. I rigged up something temporarily the other night just to get it going with an old computer power cable. Got it wired up just to make sure everything works, and everything does work. We had the air conditioner on the other night, or at least the fan was on. We got to put some sealant around the windows, which we did to clean off some of the butyl tape that we put around the windows. We haven't really had any rain here, so we haven't really been rushing to try to get anything sealed up. We might even try to drill a hole in the side of the camper for the power cable. Nothing like drilling more holes into the camper, but that's not bad. That's just a little 2-inch hole up towards the front. And then yeah, at least that's the plan for tonight. If we get that done, we'll be happy. If we get more than that done, we'll be really happy.